Hey everyone, welcome to This Week in PlayStation Trophies, your weekly look at everything to do with the PlayStation Network, all the new games that have gone up, as well as all the new trophy lists that have been revealed. Like always, we're going to start off by looking at all the new games that were put up this week, give a little bit of information. If I played them this week, I'll let you know what I thought of them, as well as talk a little bit about the trophies, and then go over the PSN profiles and check out all the new trophy lists that have shown up since last week's video. So there surprisingly is a decent amount up on PlayStation Network this week. In fact, there was like 9 or 10 brand new games up on PS4 alone this week, as well as some new trophy lists. Not a ton of new trophy lists shown off, but the fact that we are back into the full swing of things like normal with all those games. Like last few weeks, last week was a few new games. The weeks prior to that, after Christmas, were like really dead. So it's awesome to see everything kind of get right back into the swing here in 2017. So, not anything really overly amazing for the most part this week, but it's still nice to have some new games to actually talk about. Now, here we go. Here's everything that was shown off and is brand new on PSN this week. Starting off was Flame in the Flood. We looked at this last week. This is a survival-like game with a girl and her dog. You're kind of rafting down a river, stopping at settlements or areas, and scavenging for supplies. I haven't played it myself. I've heard some good things about it. It does have a platinum trophy, and if you're into that whole kind of like scavenging, survival, crafting type thing, I've heard there's some good fun to be had. So for those who are interested, like I said, last week we looked a little bit more at the trailer and the like. Next up is Super Magical. Now this is a game that seems pretty basic for the Vita. This is on Vita, not on PS4. Low price point. You can see here, simple and easy, and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like it's going to be one of those things that's very much involved by any means. I'm having a hard time finding anything about the trophies, though. I even looked on PSN profiles and wasn't coming up with a list. So if you messed with Super Magical or you have the list, let me know down in the comments whether or not it does end up having a platinum or what the trophy situation is, because I'm interested, of course. Next up is Siegecraft Commander. Now, this game is a tactical-like game. It does have a platinum. I haven't checked it out yet myself, though it looks kind of cool. There's a lot of tactics games out there, not a ton of them, like on the PS4. I played one last year, but Planar Conquest was what it was called. But anyway, so it's kind of cool that you have a campaign as the one group. I guess I don't know if there's online. Yes. Okay, good. I was going to say, the one thing that sucked about Planar Conquest when I played that last year was it wasn't a bad game, but it had no online. So at least this kind of game, I'm not sure if it's similar in some ways, but definitely like a strategy. I don't know if it's RTS or turn-based. Trying to look at that. Either way, kind of cool. Like I said, I haven't checked it out yet myself, but I know it does have a platinum for those who are interested. Next up is a game I did play this week. I have a full review up on the channel. It's actually done really well for me, surprisingly, view-wise. And that is Saban's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle. It says the launch pack. This is just the default version. There's no cheaper version of it out there. This is a very simplistic beat-em-up that looks like it was done in Flash. I don't like ragging on games graphic-wise. Like it actually even kind of bugs me. Like I'll be playing a new game, and yes, I get it. They don't look great. It looks like it's sometimes they don't look great. But it's like I get it. Yeah, it doesn't look great. I've heard the whole like. Basically, I even have asked my chat on Twitch if I'm playing one of the games. If somebody comes in and just count how many times someone says it looks like a Flash game, it's kind of become like a standing joke because a lot of games look like they're done in Flash, but this one really looks like it. So if you're going to say it about any game that looks like it was made in Flash, this one looks like it is. It's very simplistic, no platinum, $14.99. Like I said, I did a full review. It's okay. It could have been better. There's no online. It's only up to 4-player, though there is 6 playable Power Rangers in the game. It's like I said, very simplistic as far as the beat-em-up action ends up going. Pretty short at only around 2.5 to 3 hours. And the coolest part could have been the Megazord battles, which are relegated to QuickTime events. So even that was a failure with it. Next up is RWBY, or Ruby, I think is how it's said. I'm not a fan of, I haven't watched it or anything, nothing against it. It's like an anime online series. This game came out in Europe a while back, and is now out on the PlayStation 4 here in North America for $20. It does have a platinum trophy. It's mostly about online multiplayer, though, from what I've gathered. I don't know if I think you can play it single player as well. but it's much more about like the PvP or whatever it is, like and horde mode and stuff like that. Cool, I'm sure, for fans of the series. I won't be showing any trailer though anymore. Rooster Teeth copyright claimed. One time I ended up in one of these videos, I wanted to show the trailer for the game because I was interested, and ended up getting immediately a copyright claim. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay away from that. But I hope if anyone's checked it out, let me know what you guys think of it. Next up is Quest of Dungeons, another game that I did do a review for. This is a game that has been on Steam, Wii U, and mobile. It's very old school looking. It's one of those dungeon crawlers, randomly generated. It is very simplistic, but I actually had a lot of fun. These games, sometimes, like, I'm kind of like a casual fan when it comes to these dungeon crawling style games, roguelikes or whatever. I know the fans that are dedicated to the genre are like obsessed, and they like games in that genre have to be very, very specific to their taste. But I actually really liked it. Like I said, it's very simplistic, but I had a lot of fun overall with it. In fact, I was actually playing it again right before I ended up starting doing this video. And it does have a platinum that involves beating the game, which is only like beating the game is only beating the first dungeon, which is only 7 floors long. But you can't just rush through. You have to have enough power in order to defeat the boss at the end. So there is definitely some effort that has to be put in. It's not like some dungeon games where you can kind of just go through the entire floors. As long as you make it to the last floor, you win instantly. That's not the case with Quest of Dungeons. So for trophy hunting, you have to beat it on every difficulty and beat it with every class in the game, along with a few other little minor things. But if you like the game and get into it, it seems like it'd be a very doable platinum. Next up is one of the worst games of 2017 already, Life of Black Tiger. This game is horrendous. I have not only done a review for this, I have put up an entire... I forgot it has to reload. I'm not going to show the trailer because, oh my god, but you can just see that. Look at that. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know already about this abomination of a title. But I put up a full hour of gameplay from my live stream if you want to know how the game actually plays, as well as I did a full review. So basically you play as a black tiger. Every level has you basically hunting and killing a set of animals, whether it be wolves in levels, giraffes, rhinos, buffalo. The AI is horrendous. Things pile on top of one another and glitch everywhere. Everything is stocked like it just from an asset pack or something. Holy crap, is Life of Black Tiger bad. Avoid at all costs unless you really want to laugh. It's funny. It is funny. You will be laughing. I laughed most of my stream while playing it, but it's a really bad game. Also, talking about bad... Damn, my voice is going. Long week of videos. Let me just say, I've been working really hard on videos this week. But anyway, Joe's Diner. This is a game that was on PC, now over the PS4. It is like inspired by your FNAFs and stuff like that. Apparently, it's random though. Each time you end up playing it, it is horror based. You have to survive 30 shifts, night shifts at the place. I heard it's really broken. It barely works and functions. It does not have a platinum and has a very high price tag. For me, for my opinion, it has a high price tag for what's presented in this game. I haven't checked it out myself because of that price point. If it had been a lot cheaper, I love horror, and I even play bad horror. Heck, I played Emily Wants to Play, which was god-awful. And I would play this if it was a little bit cheaper, but I'm not fronting that kind of money for that. Next up is Fate Extella. The Umbral Star. This is another JRPG, action RPG that looks kind of really cool. I don't know if it's JRPG, like action RPG, or is it more like Dynasty Warriors-esque? Because that looks more like a Dynasty Warriors-esque thing. Yeah, that actually seems a little bit different. I haven't really looked much into the game, other than I knew it was from Xseed, and I do love them, and I would love to get it. I just didn't have the money right now. January is jam-packed of stuff. Bigger releases that I was interested in. Looks like it's actually really kind of cool. I don't know if the trailer will play straight up for me. Try to get to the action. There we go. Come on. Yeah, it definitely seems like more of a action RPG, Dynasty Warriors style thing. I know I'm fast forwarding, but I was trying to get to just straight up like gameplay, but it seems like it's mostly about the characters and all. It looks like that's what they're doing. If you played it, let me know. Is it more like straight up action RPG, like a Tales of game, or is it more of like a Dynasty Warriors-esque game? Because either way, I'm interested, and I will be picking it up down the road when I can get it for a little bit cheaper. Next up is Dead Effect 2. This game does have a platinum. It's a very grindy plat from what it looks like. This shooter just popped up kind of like out of nowhere. I didn't really know much about it. You can see kind of the details here. Apparently more than 100 unique types of upgradable weapons and boss fights. But like I said, I was looking at the trophy list before I started the video. And it seems very grindy with like beating missions without doing certain things, or doing it with certain guns, or using certain guns a certain number of times. So, and there's a lot of trophies for it too. So if you're into games that have a lot of trophies, Dead Effect 2 seems to be right up. Will be right up that alley. Next up is Atelier Chalet. This is the redone version of Atelier Chalet. That's Chalet. I'm sorry, I know I'm saying it wrong. This is, if you're not familiar with the Atelier series, they're a very long-running go. They've been going since the PS2 at least. I think even some things were on PS1 even, but the first one I remember really playing was on PS2. And they're basically a yearly RPG series. I have most of the games in the franchise. I just haven't had the money to buy the last few, and I very rarely have the time to play them. And I didn't check out this one. But basically, they've been doing a few of these for Vita, but the Plus versions, where I guess they update them a little bit, add some more to the games overall, expanded stories of the two characters. Okay, so there you can kind of read it. Part of the Dusk trilogy, which is the Atelier games. Like I said, there's a lot of them, and they're interconnected stories. Some of them are together as part of the same story. Some of them aren't. But they're fun RPGs, and this one looks like it was as good as any of them. If there's any Atelier fans out there, let me know about like which ones of the last. I bought like the last few of them. I always end up buying them, and then I just never get around to playing them. But if there's ones you recommend, or just me, another person that really likes Atelier, would be kind of cool. So let me know about that. Next up is actually I'm going to do the Gravity Rush 2 real quick, because we're going to look a little bit of a trailer at 2064. Gravity Rush 2 has just come out today, and it is, of course, the follow-up to the Vita game that did get ported over the PS4. I actually platinumed it early in 2016, and this one, it looks great. It looks fantastic. It looks like a great follow-up to Gravity Rush. It's kind of an open world. It has a very interesting kind of control mechanic, because you're flipping the gravity and having to attack enemies in the gravity, and you can fly over long distances because of the way kind of you manipulate everything. And it takes a while to get used to, but once you mastered it, it was a lot of fun. And I do highly recommend checking out Gravity Rush, either the original if you have a Vita, or the remaster. It has a pretty simple plat. It's not like super ungodly easy, but it's a pretty easily obtainable platinum, and worth checking out. Well, and I'm sure Gravity Rush 2 will be fantastic as well. I unfortunately have to cancel pre-order just due to the funds, but I will be getting it down the road. Okay, with all that said, now let's go over to PSN profiles and start off with 2064 read-only memories. This is a like point-and-click adventure-style game. It's done in a style similar to game, a little bit like a Snatcher, kinda. With a lot of, like this version has voice acting, and I think the original version did not include voice acting that was on PC. It does have a platinum, has a lot of endings, and a lot of, like, weirdness to it, and a lot of fun moments and stuff. I haven't gotten a chance to check it out myself yet, but I really appreciate also the, like, effort into the trophy pictures with the different characters and everything going on with that. Seems like a very doable platinum with a guide. It's one of those deals, so you can see here there's like different endings, at least 5 different endings, as well as I guess that's probably like a bonus, the Endless Christmas. Probably like a bonus thing you end up unlocking throughout the course of the game. I'll go a little bit and check out the trailer
Earlier tonight,
so you guys can check it out a little bit.
Unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape.
But yeah, you can see that it's kind of like very much like your classic point-and-click games, and even use like the retro art style and everything. So it has that feeling of those old, you know, kind of, it's like kind of cyberpunkish even as well. And it looks like some great detail that was put into like the backgrounds and just the overall sprite work and stuff. So it seems like if you're into that kind of stuff, it's gonna be right up some people's alleys.
What do you need us to do?
We need need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
Oh, so this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes.
You know, you're a bit chattier than most.
So yeah,
clowns.
anyway, there is 2064 read-only memories. Like I said, it looks really cool for those who like those kind of games. I do, and like I said, I just haven't had a chance to check it out yet. Next up is Battle Islands Commander. This is another game that does have a platinum, but this is, look at this stuff. This is why, that alone is probably why this game is never going to get platinum by very many people, if ever. Win 1,000 ranked matches, unless you can just boot up the match and quit right out and win or something. Who is spending the time to do it? I mean, congrats on you guys, the developers, for wanting to put something like that in there. But immediately I see that and I'm like, I am never touching this one. That is for sure. Apparently they have multiple feeders, aka, you know, like parts of the campaign, I assume. So a few easy trophies, I guess, here. Join an alliance, donate a unit. I'm sure some of these are easy. But yeah, right there. Win 1,000 ranked matches. No, thank you very much. Next up is Warhammer Quest. This is another game that has a platinum. I couldn't find a definitive PS4 trailer, so I'm not sure when that's coming here. This is like a top-down perspective, tactical style game that kind of looks cool. And I'm a little bit interested in. You can see that they reach level 6 with each of the different classes, as well as kill a whole bunch of, I guess, the enemy skaven critters, greenskins. Complete the different quests in each of the areas. And like, it looks like it's one of those things where you unlock all the stuff. So it looks like there's a lot involved, a lot of trophies, a lot of bronze trophies there. How many bronze? 50 bronze trophies. There is a lot going on with this game, Warhammer Quest. Even more classes, a lot of classes. Reach level 8 with each. Yeah, there's a lot of playable classes, and I don't know how long all that, of course, would end up taking. You have to beat the campaign on hardcore mode. So yeah, it looks like one of those ones where it's plausible to do, but probably going to have to put a lot of hours into it in order to accomplish. Next up is another one that we're going to look at the trailer for, and that is Ruckus Rumble. Now, I know it looks like everyone very easy, which it could be a very easy 100%. I'm no longer trusting these games until I actually play them. I got burned a little bit with Wing Kings, thinking that was going to be a relatively easy platinum, and I ended up getting the game, and it's not as easy as you think it would be. But anyway, we're going to check out the Ruckus Rumble trailer briefly here. This is obviously a 4-player like fighting game, but done like an arena-like setting. So it looks like it's very doable as far as the 100% is what's going to end up being involved in it. Very simplistic. It looks like it could be fun with friends. Like this kind of game, as long as it's not overly expensive, if it's only a couple of dollars, this is something that I could even see myself checking out to mess around with friends on it, like, you know, a night where I have people over and stuff. So doesn't look like it's anything groundbreaking, nothing too amazing, but looks, like I said, like it looks like it'd be a little bit of multiplayer fun. Check out the trophies though real quick. Skewer at least 2 opponents with a single guard breaker attack. That looks to be like the lowest one, along with travel a long distance with a hook shot. That's probably very easy to set up too. So yeah, looks like extremely easy as far as 100% is concerned with it. Next up is a Japanese Vita title that does have a platinum. Go ahead and translate it. You can read it. Hanaboro Sen Goku Den Rankanite. I'm not sure what any of that means. It says, yeah, cleared the blank, cleared whatever with each. I don't know if that's endings. I'm trying to, all the last chapters. Your final chapter is blah. All galleries have been buried. So, art galleries. Anytime I'm seeing art galleries and stuff like that, it looks like a visual novel. It may not be a visual novel game. You know, you can let me know. But when it kind of has this setup and everything, it looks like a visual novel, which could be easy. There's a lot of very easy visual novel games on the Vita. Next up is Birthdays The Beginning. This is the Japanese list for this game, but it's coming to North America here in May, so we can get a little bit of a jump on it. It looks like an interesting title from Arc System Works actually putting it out, along with NIS is putting out here. And It does have a platinum. You have to capture animals. You like grow, like it's kind of like a sandbox game in a sense. And you're basically kind of like an evolution type thing. You're dealing with dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff. So looks like it could potentially like be cool, and you could put like a lot of time into it. There's a lot going on here with this. Clear challenges, capture each of the different styles or each of the different creatures. Look a little bit here at the trailer so you guys can get a better look at everything. But yeah, see how you kind of have like a sandbox cube-like thing, and you actually like build it up like it's kind of like a god game. I actually have it pre-ordered currently because it caught my eye immediately. And these are the kind of games I can get into, god-like games I can end up spending a lot of time and fun with. So it looks kind of cool. A little bit of maybe a little bit of Sporish, a little bit of like Evo, Search for Eden, Black and White, those kind of games. So it looks like potentially could be really cool. So this is one to look out for. Like I said, it's coming out this week or something in Japan, but it will be coming to North America here in May. That's a tiger butt. That was good tiger butt. That's a T-Rex butt and balls crotch area. I don't know what they were trying to showcase with that, but anyway. That is birthday. Wow, that was a mouse chomping on itself. Anyway, birthdays, the beginning. Very interesting one. There's different kind of titles that you don't see all the time, so I will always give praise to developers for doing something a little bit different. Next up is Arcade Archives Arc Area. This is an arcade title that I'm not very familiar with, but once again, like always, I will complain because I hate these trophy lists. I really wish they would put some more effort into them, or at least lower the price, because they're always $7.99. It's just way too much for what these end up being when they do come to North America. This is the Japanese one at the moment, but still. Let's look a little bit at Gravity Rush 2's trophies here. They did the very similar trophies as they did with Gravity Rush 1, which I really liked them. The DLC ones were my favorite as far as trophy pictures go, trophy icons go. But it looks to be doing the tutorial. Return to the settlements, and I'm sure that's like the very beginning of the game. Complete the chapters. So completing each of the main story chapters. Completing all side missions, which was part of the other one as well, I'm pretty sure. Defeating enemies with certain moves. Defeat 1,000 enemies. Play and do all the challenges. Complete all challenging with gold or better. That was also in Gravity Rush 1, one of the more grindy, annoying trophies. But as far as like gold medaling everything goes, it wasn't so bad. So I'm not like too fearful of seeing that as it sits right now. Complete the portrait collection, so collectibles, as well as collecting talisman stones. Raise all of Cat's powers to maximum. I think that was part of Gravity Rush 1 as well, like maxing out all the powers. Mysterious warp manhole. Basically, the manholes are like shortcuts. And that was a trophy that was also... It's a very similar list, if almost identical in many ways, to Gravity Rush 1's trophy list. So, one of those things where I think a very, very doable platinum for those who end up checking out the game. And especially if you did Gravity Rush 1, it looks like 2 will be very much obtainable. Next up is Total Jigsaw, which is exactly what you think it is. This is, I assume, the North American list, because I think it's already out in Europe, or been out in Europe for a little bit. Let's look briefly at this gorgeous trailer for Total Jigsaw, with over 50 puzzles. Well, wow, look at the quality of these puzzles. Like, I have a big ad here, I just realized the ad popped up. Go me. Cozy Log Fire. That's the kind of puzzle I need to be putting together, is Cozy Log Fire. Win trophies! Yeah, there's no plat though, so most trophy hunters just kind of Display clues! Okay, I get it. So, yeah, it's a Jigsaw game. I guess for fans who like Jigsaw puzzles, this will be maybe worth checking out, but unless you like Jigsaws, I don't see why you would mess with it, but it looks like the trophy list did not have a very high completion on the other version of the game. So, like this, complete a hard puzzle with 1,000 puzzle pieces. That's a nightmare for me. I'm not really into puzzles, so probably not going after that particular platinum. Next up is Firefighters The Simulation. I couldn't find a PS4 trailer for it, and there's a few firefighting games on Steam, so I didn't end up finding, I just didn't end up seeing a trailer, but no platinum, but has a decent amount of trophies, 19. I mean, that's not a ton. That's an okay amount of trophies. I feel like they could have, if they put a platinum in this game, I would have bought it. I've been in the medical field, I firehouse and all, I'm a volunteer and all, so to me, this is right up my alley. Even if it's like really, really bad, which it probably is really, really bad, I would be excited. Who knows? Maybe it's cheap. If it's cheap, I may still end up checking it out. But kind of funny. Get promoted to the different levels is most of the trophies. I wonder how hard that's going to end up being. I don't know when this is coming here or coming out on PS4, but that's one to look out for as a joke. Next up is Bugs Box. This is a game I couldn't find a trailer for, but it does have a platinum. You have to beat 100 stages, which probably takes a little bit of time. It looks like, obviously, with that, everything, it looks like a puzzle game. Probably a puzzle game. Kill 1,000 bugs. Kill 100 of each type of bug. Candy boxes. Pop mud balloons. I don't know, alphabet balloons. A lot going on with that. So a good amount of trophies. It could be fun. It could be plausible, but I would have to see, of course, the game itself and how long does 100 stages take. Is that difficult? Is that easy? Some games it's hard to tell. Dext is up next. This is a game that does not have a platinum. This is a VR title that is a shooter, a VR shooter that is all about ice and fire. You can kind of tell from this. Basically, you want to shoot like fire things with ice and ice things with fire, and that's basically how the two motion controllers end up working or whatever. Kind of cool. I don't have VR, of course, so it's not something I'm going to be checking out. But I do appreciate Mr. Plow King and Mr. Plow as trophies with the snowmen. I do like the trophies, so I applaud them for that. And last but not least is Hunter's Legacy. Hunter's Legacy is this game here that does not have a platinum, unfortunately. It's a platformer. You play as a cat. I started watching the trailer for just a few seconds, and it looked pretty funny. Beating the game 100%, finishing the game, find all ores in the game, activate all teleporters. I'm sure a lot of this is going towards the 100%, like all bow upgrades, all health upgrades. Find all the hideouts, make a couple, drop its shield. That's probably one of the easier ones. Beat the game without a single upgrade, so you may require you to beat it twice. I assume that would be part of 100%. But anyway, here we go. Look at this trailer. It's just absolutely amazing. It looks kind of fun, though. I like the art style, like a very, like the modern cartoonish, but not like really cheap animated. I mean, once again, it's gonna be one of those ones that people are gonna be like, oh, it's Flash. I don't know. It looks a little bit better than the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That is for sure from the animation standpoint. Boss is involved. You can dash into midair, shoot cats everywhere. It looks like a cool game. One I may end up checking out. That's a lot of... I wonder, like, when people watch these launch trailers, like, if they don't... Like, if a game's not basically a AAA release, they immediately download it. Because this game, there's nothing wrong with this game. It looks like nothing bad about this game. Like, unless there's something else going on I don't know about. Like, why does it have 400 downvotes? It has cats. And it, like, I don't know. I don't understand people at all when it comes to downvoting. Then again, some people, like, watch a video and have, like, there's certain things with it, they immediately downvote it, no matter what. Because, oh, it's this. I'm going to download it. I'm like, are you that sad? Like, it doesn't make you feel better that you just downvoted something? For really seemingly no reason. But anyway, that's a pet peeve. So there you go, guys. That is everything to do with the PlayStation trophies this week. I haven't really gotten anything spectacular. I'm still trophy hunting. Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter. I'm thinking about going after the plat in Quest of Dungeons, because I'm really kind of digging that. As well as I played Power Rangers, but like I said, no plat, so I won't be going after that. And Yakuza, which I'm really enjoying. The trophy list for the North American version of Yakuza is still not on the network yet. I also heard the Resident Evil 7 trophies have leaked, and I've seen them, but since they're not on here officially yet, I didn't want to like just bring it up and talk about it. That's coming out this Tuesday. That's my big game for next week. I'm like, oh my god, Resident Evil 7. So I'm going to be all into that, and after playing it, if I like it a lot, I'll be going after the Platinum no matter what. But if I don't end up liking it, it'll be another Evil Within, which I'll beat and then never, ever want to touch ever again. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out This Week in PlayStation Trophies. If you liked the video, let me know in the comments what you like about it, or just that you're enjoying it, because I do enjoy doing it. I know some people have really dug it since I've started doing the series, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you enjoyed.